Hey Scrappy friends, it is the 23rd of March, so we have day 23, I'm going to say 3 then, day 23, 30 days of sketches, and we have this fun sketch from Jessica Michaels. I am going to probably break out the Simple Stories box today, I think. We'll see how it goes. But before we do that, if you're not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. I want to thank everybody who has subscribed because I'm over that 500 mark now, so really appreciate all the support. If you do enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you've enjoyed. And if you're not sure what to say, just pop a scrappy emoji, just so I know you've popped by. It'll be lovely to say hello. I also wanted to thank people for their really lovely feedback and actually seeing me on camera. It's really nice to hear. It definitely helps actually my mental health because I don't leave the house very often. I don't get dressed every day, which kind of does put me in a bit of a funk, and I need to make more of an effort. So doing these bits to camera is making me do the hair and get dressed. So really appreciate the kind feedback in seeing me in front of the camera. It is really helping keep this smile on my face. But that out of the way, and yeah, let's get scrapping.
New video since I've done a voiceover. So here we go, fast forward and voiceover. I originally go with doing this sunburst as a mixed media piece on the background. So I was going to have this white piece as my background, do the 2 strips of pattern paper, borders like they are on the sketch, and this was going to be the piece that's the big ice cream behind the photo strip. So I start by blending on some ink. Now this is ice spruce. I'd actually meant to reach for the weathered wood, but I grabbed the ice spruce by mistake, but I think it was a good mistake because I think it really works with the sea. Now I go over and over and over this particular strip because I've not blended it right at the top. I started at the top instead of at the bottom, so I really wasn't happy with it. Ends up with this bit I can't blend in at the top, and you'll see me just keep on going back and revisiting that piece. With the rest of them, I do it how I'm happy with, so I add the ink at the bottom and then blend it up the sun ray, and it gets darker and darker at the bottom, and here I am going back to that first one I started with to try and blend it out, and it just does not blend out. It would eventually if I was more patient than I really am and just kept going over and over it, and maybe even adding another colour and blending that through and doing that with the other rays, but I'm just not patient enough to try, so it ends up not being blended in. But you'll see with what I do next, that doesn't matter. So finishing the blending, go back to that one to give another go at it. As I said, adding, always starting at the bottom, with the exception of when I very first started, and then blending up so it's always darker at the bottom, and then covering up around the actual rising sun bit. And I'm getting my Vicky Boot in Gold Glaze and also Nuvo. This is a Nuvo glitter paste, so it's a clear glitter. It's a clear paste with silver glitter in it. I mix this together. Now, when I very first started doing mixed media, the only texture paste I could find was this stuff with sand in it, and it was really gritty. And I thought I'd give that a go with mixing these. So I then over the rays, I didn't want it all filled in the same as it is on the sun, because you think about when there's clouds in the sky, you don't see all the sun, you've got it all broken up with clouds. So that's kind of a just stressy kind of look I was going for, and it also covers up that bit with that I messed up with the blending at the very beginning. So there's the reveal. Now what I then decide is, oh my gosh, that is a bit too stark edges to it, so I wasn't really that happy. So I decide to get my We Are Makers tearing guides and tearing this piece out and having it as a bit that's sitting on top of the background, so I could add things around it. So I bring out this pattern paper that's the stencil is actually made to fit in. I was trying to think of the word there, and I can't think of the word. And then I cut it in half and put half over the other side, so you can see there stencil fits in perfectly onto that pattern paper. And then raising up my photo with some foam dots, give it a bit of, you know, height and different layers to the page. I've then, instead of having strips the left and right that are pattern paper as they are on the sketch, I've got my pattern papers a bit in the middle, and the border strips down the side is my white background paper. So I haven't mentioned I'm using Retro Summer from Simple Stories. So I've cut this title out of the foam sticker sheet so that I can, you know, move it around the page and it's not stuck down. I then decide actually I meant to go with the So Fun, but I decided to take the So from the So Cool and the Fun from So Fun. So you've got the two different fonts there as well. So I really like that. I've then gone through the sticker book, the cardstock sticker sheet, and the ephemera pack, die cut ephemera pack for this collection. And then I think also the die cut ephemera pack for, it's either Good Times or it's another one of the collections where it's, you know, your 6x4 and your 3x4 cards for pocket pages with a month each sheet of pattern paper with then a pattern on the B side. It's one of those collections. I can't remember which one it is, but I've took some die cut ephemera out of one of them, and I've put them all in that tray. The stickers I've took out, I've just stuck around the edge of the tray. So there I am. I've stuck these papers down so they're flush to the top of the page because I didn't quite cut the bottom quite right. So that's user error on my trimmer. I didn't straighten it up properly. I'm then absolutely certain, yes, I'm happy. This is where I'm going to put the title. So I've put some foam pads on the back to bring the fun up, with the idea that some of the embellishing and, you know, ephemera is going to be tucked and stickers are going to be tucked under that. And then the sew is going straight onto my photo. I pop some foam pads under that corner just to keep the photo level for holding sew. And then I'm just taking out these different die cuts that I've chosen. So you can see there's a mix of the different collections here that I've pulled out. And I wanted some floral embellishments on it, and there wasn't really any in Retro Summer. There's 3 different cameras, so the same camera, but there's one's on cardstock sticker, one's a chipboard, and one's in the lighter weight sticker book. So I do get the three cameras on my 3 embellishment points. This is probably where I go a little bit different from the sketch. So I do add that 3rd cluster up in the top left as well, and the right cluster, so the flowers you see on the sketch, that comes all the way around the top of that photo and down the side to almost the title. So I am adding different layers here with that camera. So the camera I'm putting in there, I wanted that word above it, but I didn't like the blank space below the dreamer and before you got to the flash. So I've tucked that floral piece in. I actually stuck the floral piece to where I'm happy with it on the dreamer piece. So then the camera, I then lined that up to where it then worked around both of those pieces stuck together. I've then stuck the camera to that piece to move all as one and decided I wanted an anchor point with this wood grain piece that I've used there. This camera got moved about so much when I was planning where it all was all going. You would have saw them when I was doing that, messing about with that it's completely in a different place now. This little label is from the sticker book, so I'm just gonna layer that up with the photo with the florals. And I'm now going to there's loads of these circles in the sticker book. I think it's really good for kind of planners. This sticker book, I mess about with this so many times trying to get tucked under. I really need to do what I used to say in the scrapbook class I used to teach, where the last thing I used to say to do was stick everything down. Make sure you're happy where everything is before you stick it down. But I don't do that anymore. I just stick it as I go now, because at the end of the day, you end up then with 20 minutes at the end sticking everything down and trying to go back where you wanted it. The only downside to doing it like that is if you're using some wet glue like I am here, or I'm using my ATG, where it's permanent and it's really difficult then to get back up if you change mine, tuck something under. But I'm embracing it. I'm going with it. Oh, as well, if you watched my last video, I asked for somewhere to get me ATG refills from. I did not realise my friend Sarah stocked the ATG refills at Hey Little Magpie. So I'm really happy. My basket is getting a few other things added in as well. To make the postage worthwhile. The postage is really reasonable, and she's got a really great threshold for doing free postage as well. So I thought, oh, what the heck, let's add enough in to get the free postage with my ATG. So yeah, that's in the process being sorted. So thank you, anybody who did point me in the direction. I know Sarah replied and said she had it, so really grateful for that. So just going through the ephemera that I did have in the tray that I pulled out from the different collections, and I get almost everything that I pulled out and put in this tray onto this layout. I think that really helped with me doing my layering. I really do love this layered look, and more is more when you're layering. You know, you add a little bit more till it looks right. I tend to either add only one or two embellishments or go absolutely mad like I have here. And I think just pulling out just the pieces that I think this will work before I started is the way to go. I'm really finding that there's this layout on the pink fresh one I did yesterday. I'm really finding that doing that is helping me with my layering and adding layering. So yeah, I'm going to be doing more of that, pulling out embellishments, instead of being overwhelmed with the whole packet, just pulling out what I think will work before I get started. So yeah, just adding these words in. I think I get, yeah, just a couple of other little bits in the tray that I get added now. Please do check out the playlist that'll be in the description for 30 days of sketches, and I'll have, you know, all the info as well in regards to Jessica Michaels for the person who designed the sketch, and there are some close-ups